Welcome to episode number 3, Floating in a Cloud. We're inside this gorgeous Lloyd Wright house that is a Los Angeles historical landmark, number 521. I'm being joined today by style maven David Colman.
Hi. Howdy.
David, wait until you see the dining room. It's like a cloud floating above this double-height living room. It's like astonishing.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to that actually. You know, one of the cool aspects of the house is how it expresses these kind of lifestyle concepts that he was interested in that in some ways are really ancient. One, which was repopularized by Wright, is called compress and expand. And you really see it right there, right behind you, you know, going from the narrow space of the stairway, it kind of compresses you as you go up, and then it explodes kind of into this big space.
You
right?
feel that all over this house, right? You have a very visceral response walking to this house because there are certain parts of the house that are so intimate, and then there are certain parts of the house that are very grand, and it's really like making an entrance almost.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that because I love the idea of that, and I love seeing it and feeling it in person.
You really feel it as you go up these narrow stairs that I'm about to take you up. The way you go from this entry space that we're going to pass is intimate. Then it becomes open into this amazing floating dining room that seems to float on its own plane and looks down onto the big living room, which feels really like the heart of the house. So David, I have another glass blower up here called Tyler Berry. I've taken over the dining room table, and I'm going to use it sort of as our sales table here, okay? So check out these Tyler Berry pieces. These are so amazing because they're all individual pieces, right? So imagine that as your decanter, and it fits down in this separate piece. This one's sort of pale pinky.
I was just going to ask you if they remind you of the movie Death Becomes Her.
I never saw that movie.
Oh, you are living a lie. It's so good. And
wait, is that the movie where she has a separate head?
Yes. And Isabella Rossellini plays this vixen who sells this elixir of everlasting youth and beauty, and she keeps it in certain little kind of jewelly glass thingamajiggies, kind of that remind me of this.
Wow.
Only it's tiny. It's like a tiny version of these.
I love Tyler's personal story because he says that he's been blowing glass for his entire life because his father owned a kind of a consortium of artists where they made products. And so he's been around glass blowing and started making his first glass pieces at, I think, the age of 7 or something like that. He's a super interesting guy.
Do you think that you would use these, you know, as a place to keep scotch and vodka, or, you know, to decant red wine, or are these intended to always stay kind of pure and empty?
I think these are, for me, these are totally usable. Totally usable. I mean, I would bring that to I'd bring this to the dinner table for sure and have that filled with, you know, a gorgeous bottle of red wine. Wouldn't you?
I would too.
Next to Tyler, we have Luke Shalan. I have 3 pieces from Luke, but the thing that I have to show you first, because I think everyone needs a stone pillow. Look at how gorgeous
Everyone does need a stone pillow.
Isn't that beautiful?
That's such a beautiful mixed message. And of course, you know, as I said, everything I loved is always a mixed message. And
yeah.
Soft and hard, it's so perfect.
I have this beautiful piece that's meant to be mounted on a wall, actually. And these pieces here sort of remind me of rays of sunshine. In fact, I think this piece is called something solar.
It's called Desert Sun.
Desert Sun, right? I mean, is that not the desert sun?
It does, because it really suggests kind of like the harshness of the kind of, you know, the beautiful, a little harsh sometimes. So, like you don't want to get too close.
Also, part of Luke's practice he is well known for making these very interesting kind of molds, and then he works with slab clay. And what he does is he throws the slab on top of the molds to get designs and perforations. So this piece, I saw the thing that he uses to make it with, and it was a piece of wood with a bunch of nails sticking up, and he throws the slab on top of it to get this beautiful dimpling.
Looks like there's fabric involved or leather or something like that, and so it's wonderful.
That is a beautiful way to describe this. It's very leather-like. I have the most amazing artist who everybody seems to love, called Rebecca Odes, and she makes these translucent light boxes. And look at the amazing way, these do not have any electricity on them, but they glow.
Yeah, that was my first question. They do glow.
And
I assumed they were electric.
Everything that she does has this beautiful pink lucite frame that sort of offsets the landscape, essentially, that is in the center. And the landscapes are made out of hand-dyed silk that she layers on top of each other to create sort of the depth in the landscape.
It's hard to believe that's just silk in there.
Right?
Yeah.
They're so subtle.
They look like holograms.
They're a little hologram-like. And
lenticulars.
Rebecca's from New York and grew up, she says, in a lighting store. Isn't that interesting? Her parents owned a lighting store.
Totally
and
that's amazing.
She grew up to be an artist that doesn't use any artificial light, but creates these amazing light boxes.
Yeah, it's incredible because she kind of rebelled against her parents and yet at the same time went into the same line of work.
Exactly. I'd like to remind everyone that everything is for sale that you're seeing in this video magazine. You can purchase it all through our AOK shopping page. The link is in our bio. Join us next week for episode number 4, called It's All About an Entrance.